All right, welcome back. I'm tired of this. Honestly, I'm really tired at this point of this story. you know, but but we have to. If there's stuff to talk about that we can especially learn from, I want us to talk about it. This guy was one of the most powerful people until his passing. Okay, he's one of the guy who understood the game. And never mind all the other spiritual stuff, Obanje, marine waters. He was worshiping Shinapella. Oh no, he's truly of Jesus Christ. Personally, that's such a personal thing. You know, um, I don't care,
Don't care. Don't care.
but I do care about the allegations. It's still a very irresponsible thing for any clergyman or disciple of his. They're flooding everyone on YouTube right now, and they are basically giving all this positive experience, and they still never addressed the allegations. The only thing they're saying is they're being dismissive about it, and they're basically saying it's a lie. Okay? That's not acceptable. That's not acceptable, and like I keep saying, that's not gonna fly for too long, you know. But there's one particular story that I saw. There was a young man, okay? There was a young man who wanted to work for a magazine, okay? I think he said it's somewhere in the 90s, maybe late 90s into early 2000s. He wanted to work for a magazine, okay? This translates to the last topic we were covering a little bit, you know. And then, it's a magazine. That's what he studied. He wanted to be, he was about to be hired as the editor or deputy editor-in-chief for the magazine. And he was considering the job, and then at some point he was like, I think I'm going to take the job. And just about when I think he accepted the offer, and then he found out that it was not listed anywhere on the website. It was not listed anywhere on the brochures and all the other documents under the board of management and the owners of the company. He found out that it was actually owned, the whole magazine was owned by none other than late Prophet T.B. Joshua. That's crazy, right? See, I tell you, these people understand the game. They play the long game, Now, obviously, there's some messy stuff around TB Joshua's story, and I want to be sensitive to that, especially in these times, especially when the Christian body as a whole, they're being extremely insensitive and ruthless with this whole thing, and they're calling it as an attack on Christianity, right? I want to be sensitive about that. He owned the whole thing, and they will call meeting. Said he now found out at the time that he will call meeting to his over to, I think he said Okoto, was it Okoto Egbe or something like that. The place where the whole empire of Squan is, right? And then he will call meeting, but he was a very sensitive young man. So he said they will come to the meeting at 5-6 p.m. That's when they set the meeting for. But this man will not show up into the meeting until 12 a.m., 1 a.m. a lot of times. And the person he was reporting to, who actually got him the job, who was the person on paper as the person running the show, the person took them down there, and it was always like baffled, like, why would you take me to a place where I don't get home in due time? But they always took care of them. He said all that time where they're waiting, there will be jollof rice, they will serve them, they will have everything they need. These are some of the things that people are calling positive testimonials out there for TB Joshua, by the way, right? That they will sit, they will eat jollof, but he, because he was very sensitive, he never touched those food. He just didn't feel comfortable. He said, but he didn't have a choice but to collect the envelopes. They always give them envelope. Sometimes they will come to the meeting, they waited till 1 a.m. and he still never showed up for the meeting. And they have to show up the following day to try to attempt the same thing all over again. That previous day when he didn't show up for the meeting, they still gave them envelope with money. The following day, they gave them envelope with money again. Right? Anyway, I wanted to share that with you. Like, some of the people that own us, okay, they're not loud like PDD. They're not. They don't make that noise like that. When they say silence is golden, you can interpret that in so many. Some people like Silence is not good. You can go anywhere. People will say things like that. Well, actually, it is golden, and you can interpret that in so many different ways. Usually when people say silence is not good, it's because they're caught up in their emotions and they're emotionalizing the conversation. Silence is always golden. All right. So I wanted to share that with you really quickly that he owned. But anyway, in addition to that, there's been some updates. I want to see if I can bring up some of those updates right now with regards to Pastor late Prophet TB Joshua. Like I said, his disciples, his followers, they're flooding everywhere with good testimonies. They had good experience. In fact, I left comments on some of them. I'm glad you had good experience, but just because you had a good experience, it's just terrible to completely dismiss such grave allegations, and that's what people do. People are selfish at the end of the day. That's another demonstration of how people can be selfish, but let me see here. There's this guy. I'm gonna play. They said he's a son, and I'm like, is a son? Okay, it kind of looked like him, but I'm not sure if it's the goatee that I'm seeing that makes me think he looks like him. But let me just play this video, and then we'll take it from there.
What they said openly in a live service, their confession of defaulting in the church, living back and front and coming back to confess. One of those confessions is that this woman has challenges on her head, an attack that made her to set the house of the husband married legally on fire. And she came and was delivered and left again. All of them that left had reasons of living. BBC, I have few questions to ask you, which I have at hand here. I will be picking from here, and if you can answer these questions, this should be that you have record or evidence. BBC, did anybody give you the evidence of a picture or video clip of a rape or oppression or attack or being maltreated among all the people you interviewed? No. Is any one of them still in synagogue today? No.
Is that a dumb question or what? Is it me or that's an extremely dumb question? Somebody help me here. Is it me or that was just straight up a very dumb question? Evidence of grape.
These nuts. Got him. Got him. These nuts.
That's a very dumb question, right? Okay, let's continue. I think so. I think it's a dumb question. Some people say there's no stupid question. I know what they mean, but some questions just like, okay, it's not dumb, it's not stupid, but question you could they can't do.
They leave synagogue more than 10, 15 years ago. Yes. We are the people that always stay with man of God, and the ones that stayed with him till the end of his life on earth.
So basically, he was there inside of the room anytime he's doing any kirewa, or he's jerking off, or he's doing anything that personal human beings just human beings do on their personal space. You're there every single time. Oh, we saw everything. These are the proofs that come down. He's asking the BBC for proof, but this is his own proof. Just word of mouth. Word of mouth that's not adding up either.
To glory, they enjoyed life. I want to ask you, BBC, if these people were maltreated, for example, Chloe,
wow,
that's the last baby in the family of Prophet Chris, the family of Tonge, husband and wife that live with the entire family in synagogue. They just left after the time God took man of God unto glory. They were still there. The sister, the elder sister, married the second man to Prophet TB Joshua. The second man called Racine. All of them went to London. They have ministries. If they were oppressed, why would the family be giving the charity funds to be going around the world to do charity and report back to synagogue until daddy went on to glory. This family lived in synagogue if they were being oppressed. Remember, these are British people that you can interview. You never interviewed the parents, and the last baby was claiming that she was being oppressed. Go and do researches. This lady was one of the ministers that discipled and began to preach.
Somebody said BBC is a big organization and the church is also large. We have courts all over. Somebody said your dad is a bad guy. Just quit with all this rhetoric. This one, no, they do fasting. Now only prayers him they do. I'm done. I'm so sorry. I'm done. Now, some people say, so Joshua even get a son. A lot of people don't even know this guy because he wasn't any. I don't think they saw him in any family picture or anything like that. Let me just come to this page right here. There's another one here. Okay. Oh Lord, these people, man. Let me just play a little bit of this.
Yeah. Repeatedly, these actors keep making comments like, take your time and listen, hear them.
Kept all of us in slavery. Total, absolute slavery.
A disciple of Joshua is a slave to TB Joshua.
The psychological prison. We all thought we were in heaven, but we were in hell, and in hell, terrible things happen.
You have heard from them. Some say it's concentration camp, some say it is slavery, some say it is imprisonment, and all this and all that said about our paradise. Hallelujah. Our paradise, our peace of heaven. Brethren in the Lord, I want to show you some of the clips from my personal archive. Yes, my personal recorded.
These are the evidence they are looking for. It's going to show us clip from his personal archive. Let's watch a little bit of it.
That archive. I was going through my archive. I have some clips to show to you. After you have watched these clips, you can make your conclusion whether the place we were or we lived in was a concentration camp. After you have watched the clips, you will make your.
Before I continue, somebody help me. What is a concentration camp? Is that a thing? What is that? Because if I just go by common sense, which I think common sense is always terrible because there's no context. A bunch of people are concentrated in those buildings. In fact, some of them ended their life in that collapse, right? So is there a thing called concentration camp? Somebody help me out, because I'm sure maybe it means something else, you know. But let me read some of this chat before I continue with this guy. May Adoche is the embodiment of silence being golden. I'm telling you, good experience doesn't negate you're the evil that happened. Yes, which is why these are not. They're asking BBs for evidence, but they're bringing the worst of them. That's right. She doesn't give the world anything to pin on her. He will be able to record a grape Eziaiha with that stomach. He said, "This one, no they fast. This one, now only prayer they do." Oh God, Nigerians. Was he raised in Lagos? Spiritual son, delivered from what? The spirit of arseny. Oh Lord. Toby said, love him or hate him, he was a genius. Understood the game of power, influence, and wielded it masterfully to his favor. Not proud of him, just in awe that a so-called illiterate could pull such. That's why I keep telling people about education. It's a certain education that I'm not talking about when I say education, right? Baba Mubad is not educated, not that he didn't go to school. That's not what I'm talking about. We all have grandparents or great-grandparents that didn't go to school. They were some of the smartest human beings that organized, built, they had wisdom, okay? So yes, he was an illiterate by books, but not in what matters in life, right? And now the demons that should be casted out, that they refuse to cast out right now that BBC is exposing, that's another animal entirely. And some of the greatest people in the world, some of the quote-unquote genius, they have some demons that's what's going to end them. That's literally what we end them. I'm talking about, it's either it ends them or it ends their legacy. Kanye West, Michael Jackson, some of the greats, you know. Just look around. I just mentioned Americans. I'm trying to think of some of the greats in Africa, you know. But that's how it works across the board. Not always, but I'm saying like some of the genius, some is a key word, some of them have certain demons that's to tell you that really there's nothing that's perfect in life. But the only thing we can do is continue to improve our society. So it's still irresponsible that the people that are left here cannot address these allegations properly. It is highly irresponsible. Should you get ring light when it happened to your daughters, come back and talk to me. I thought you was talking about my ring light for a second. My ring lights are discombobulated. Oh God, this person is too brainwashed, not even worth rebutting my brain cells. This person on the screen? Pretty much. Wait until you watch the evidence he gave us. This one is a spiritual son too. I'm done. Our paradise. He did say our paradise. This is our paradise on earth. I'm done. I'm trying to preserve my voice, guys. I have to use this voice all week. Stop. Jesus Christ. Oh Lord. Let me just play while I'm looking at your comments.
Conclusion: whether the place we lived in under TV Joshua was slavery, you will make your
right.
conclusion.
Okay, during war,
we lived in bondage.
Wild pig.
Yes, you will make your conclusion. Please take your time and watch this video.
I will not be taking. I will skip through it, but you'll be able to see what he's talking about.
Get information, insights.
Oh wow!
Take your time and watch it. And please take note as you are watching. Identify. You will see some of these actors of this movie, and they are moved.
Toby is solid.
And
Toby and Tribe is solid.
Whether what they were saying or what they said. Let's watch this video.
Okay. So look at this ninja's proof against the allegation. This is how his proof. Watch. I'm done. By the way, none of this is still funny. Okay, none of this is still funny. In fact, it's sad. Okay, if anything, they are listening to Carl Franklin here. Why does the back of this person look like the one with the stomach earlier on that was defending? It looks like it's the same person from the back. Is it with the afro? They probably all want to get the same haircut that Pastor TB Joshua had too, right? They all wanted to be like him, right? All right, I'm not going to play that because of the copyright stuff. Let me mute. Let's just watch the evidence. They're just singing, they're dancing. I guess at the concentration camp. Oh no, he says it's their paradise, right? Let me make it bigger. Hold on 1 second. This is their proof. This is their rebuttal against the Oh wait, he's just trying to prove that it wasn't concentration camp, it was paradise. That's all he was trying to do. Hey, may God help us. You see another afro like TB Joshua there. Let me see. I'll see if there's any low cuts. I probably look. Okay, is that him? Or that's just his back? Is that really him? Maybe that was actually him. He was in the room, but I didn't know it was already there at this point. Okay, so they are dancing. I'm gonna fast forward. I'm just gonna make it go a little faster. Let's make it go twice as fast. Okay, so these are the proof. Okay, somebody took a somersault, or they were too happy or something. They are dancing. If somebody is bald, There's a white man there. There's a bunch of white men there, always. We know that for years now. They're happy. This is the proof. This is how they answer allegations. Grave allegations. Anyway, I'm going to fast forward. I can't. I just can't. They're doing the same thing. Okay, they're happy. Some people are eating ice cream. You know, they already said they eat a lot of food. They probably fast a lot and eat a lot. Let's see here. I'm just trying to get through it. It's the same thing. They're filming themselves. And he said this was from about 15 years ago. It's from his archives. His personal archives. There's another man with the afro there. That one is doing breakdance. So that one is actually doing breakdance. All right. So it's safe to say it's a lot of young people there, right? I'm just gonna move forward until the guy talks again. Let's see his final take on this. Let's see.
Yes, we are all over the world. You're welcome back. Yes, hallelujah. What did you see? You see a father with many children. A father, Prophet Joshua, in the midst of his children, his loving children. You saw Pastor Evelyn Joshua in our midst, whining and dining, celebrating, dancing and singing and glorifying Jesus together, having fun and celebrating in his presence, dancing for Christ to the glory of God and to the entertainment of ourselves. Glory be to Jesus. You can see joy. You can see excitement. You can see peace radiating and love in the atmosphere. You can see a father bringing himself down and playing with his children, participating and whining and dining on the same desk. Brethren in the Lord, this is the place I lived for 12 years. This is the place
Mario
I learned
Tapitadamo.
from Joshua for 12 years. This is where I celebrate Jesus for 12 years. This is where we render service to Jesus, to the glory of God for 12 years. Take note, this is not Emmanuel TV footage.
They have to speak like him, of course.
This is not service setting. This is my personal, you can see the pictures, the videos are amateur videos, yes. That was about 14 years ago. That video was recorded about 14 years ago.
14 years ago.
It's not a service setting where you say, oh, this was planned. Oh, this was staged. Oh, this was premeditated. Everything that is spontaneous love.
Spontaneous love.
Spontaneous celebration. This is from my personal archive. I recorded this from my personal smart device. Brethren in the Lord.
Not the brethren.
You can see the place.
Not the
where
brethren.
It is concentration camp. You can see the place where they say we are in slavery or in bondage or in prison or whatever description. The producer tried to paint a picture of us living in a dungeon. Yes, watch the video. Watch the movie, the BBC movie. They tried to paint a picture, produce an image as if we were in a dungeon. Slavery, imprisonment. But from the faces of the people you saw on this video you just watched, from the atmosphere, does it look like a slave apartment? From the position of Prophet TB Joshua, does it take his position as a slave master in our midst? Examine the video, scrutinize the video, intelligence, look at the video. Does he take, even though he is a master, he bring himself down to us? Even though he is our mentor, he plays with us as his children and father. he danced when
I'm gonna play another one for you guys. This pretty young girl here, she decided to put herself out there and defend what she doesn't know too. She had a good experience. She's the one that left her comment. I said, "I'm glad you had a good experience, but I'm not sure." I didn't say, but I'm not sure, because there's a gang in their comment. I don't want them to come up flagging our channel. I just said, "I'm glad you had a good experience." But in my mind, I'm like, what does this have to do with what we're talking about? Let me play a little bit for you. I'll fast it at some point.
This is Odette. I didn't want to say anything concerning this because I know that Prophet TB Joshua rarely responds to his critics. So like,
I pushed it forward.
Fancy him the way we do. Those of us who are out of Nigeria, they don't really fancy him like that.
I'll force us to the end.
I asked them as time goes. Unfortunately, too, I've lost contact with them. But you can check 2017, 9th of July. I was there live. You will see me performing under. You see me talking under the anointing, and I was saying a lot of things about ancestral spirit, stuff like that. I was putting on a black gown and a white jacket. That's what I was putting on. So they told me that everything is good, everything is calm, that after they finish working, the man of God always gives them enough food, money, everything that they really love. If only
money, food,
one
that's
girl was
consistent.
living there, then the other guy was not living there because he had a day job. So everything was so transparent, and they told me wonderful things about working in that particular church. I didn't hear any negativity. I personally did not feel any negativity. My elder sister has seen Prophet TB Joshua one-on-one in his office. She told me that she never went there alone. There's always somebody around. Like, you don't just walk into his office like that. There's always somebody. There's always like a chaperone or something.
The smart device.
If you are a female, you are being escorted by a female person, maybe 2 or even 3. If you're male, you're being escorted by a male. So people say all these crazy things online. They don't even know anything about the squad. Some of them have never been to the squad before.
All right, so this girl left Cameroon to go to Squan, and then she insisted she must be prayed for. She did all kind of gimmicks and robotics and gymnastics to make sure, because there's so many people that come there 3, 4, 5 a.m. in the morning waiting for him to pray for them because of what he was known for. And she left Cameroon to come to she was there for a couple of weeks or so, and now she's telling us what she thinks she knows about TB Joshua.
Not be juju be that.
Let's just leave that auntie alone right there where she's at. Let me play this one.
Mexico to Argentina, we forget Europe. They will all. One is his foster child that he.
They talk about Joker now.
The foster child is among these people that are scandalizing him now. You believe? He shocked you? The foster child that he raised up, that girl traveled.
He said he shocked you.
He goes holiday. She went holidays everywhere all over the world with Prophet TB Joshua's children because they were rich and they ran an international church. Do you know what they call synagogue church of all nations? A church that you will have like 1,000 white people every Sunday. I didn't say 100.
This one is preaching. He's just preaching. That's all it is. I'm not going to take him too seriously. I want to move on to the next one. This one is going to be quite revealing. Okay, hold on one second. Let me find it. Where is it? Oh, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Let's see. Where is Object TV? Object TV. Where are you? Oh Lord, hold on one second. Okay, I found it. All right, so this is one of the confessions. If you follow Shegun Object TV Media, he has a lot of the confessions from years past, like you know. And again, the allegations, okay, I actually had it open, are not being addressed.
4, 5 people will gather at the gate. 4, 5 a.m. people will gather at the gate. Right at the gate there, we interview people, screen them, they tell us their problems and everything. These are things, those who allow inside, these are things we will take to TB Joshua, and that will form the basis of his prophecy.
I was in security there.
started from other departments, but like I ended up in security. When they bring crippled person, like different kind of crippled person, there's a particular cripple they used to look for. Maybe the cripple that can walk, that have difficulty in walking. Anybody should go and try this thing. If you have any crippled person that you know that his leg is torn or something, they should take that person there. If the person gets healed, you should believe. You understand? It's those crippled that you
can still manage to walk.
So when they pray for them, definitely they will still manage to walk. So it will look as if
you could not walk at all before.
Now get up. And that's what normally happens. Once the real people come, they will call us security here, discharge them. There's somebody called Alola Iton. You say discharge them.
What we call miracles of cripple healing, like that of Mr. Maxwell EJ. That wheelchair was bought by me. Maxwell EJ got drunk, and when he was stepping down from his story building, he fell off and hit his waist. And he had a sprain. When he came to us, we now brainwash this man that unless he sits on a wheelchair, he will not gain the access to see the man of God. And we brainwash the whole family. You can imagine how powerful the game of brainwash is. And you see people crying, begging him as if that cry, they started from home. Why the show? Why do we have to show the whole thing? How they are crying, begging him, Papa, please help us. All those things are manipulation. There's a woman we also call Mama Jaye from a place called Bini in Nigeria. I bought the wheelchair. The wheelchair again for high cent. Well, these 4 wheelchairs were being recycled among all the whole people they bring. When they bring you, we brainwash you to sit on wheelchair.
They will be the one to tell you to cry, that tell the man of God, man of God help me, man of God help me, my mother cannot walk, my father cannot walk, help me. You know that kind of man of God is coming.
Sometimes we will gather people and ask them to write their problems. They will write their problems and we carry it to the old site, to one of his prayer grounds, and keep it there for him. He will keep reading it. After about 2 to 3 months, he will come out, those things he read from those people's problem, he will come to predict them. He will come to prophesy them.
At the time in the Laboring Diagnosis Center in the Kosi, where TB Joshua used to send every of his clients or members who had come to him for healing, and after they have been claimed to have healed, he now send them to a lab in the Kosi. At that time, I worked there. The MD also worked there. He was requesting from the MD we should help him to write total results of their lab results. Even if they are not healed, we should write that their HIV result is negative.
They're talking about how they are faking miracles, by the way. That's what they're talking about.
That we don't do that. We now send 2 nurses back to TB Church to let him know that we don't alter results. That whatever their result reads when they come for their re-evaluation of their HIV status, and that is what we write. And we make every effort to make us do contrary to alter results, to prove that he has actually healed those patients, and we refuse to accept his plea.
When you go for a problem, it's them that will even tell you what you write on the placard. You understand? If you have maybe leg injury, you might put leg as cancer. So in your mind now, you think the person have leg cancer.
So many things. What we call cancer, those things are not cancer. If you want to prove this, in later times, when some Americans came and discovered that those things were not cancers, they started writing against us, and we turned the name. We no longer call them cancer.
Change the name.
Call them leg ulcers.
Leg ulcers.
Body ulcers. No longer cancer again. Those things you see we bring out there are wounds. Some of them are wounds sustained from bike driving. Some are accidents. Some are fire burns. Some are gunshots. Different kinds of things. And these things are fresh. Things that will heal with time. If you come to the emergency in the morning as early as 5:30, you will see that the main cancer people are being discharged at the gate and brought in those with fresh wounds.
Those are the work of Bisola. So
was that why you hated Bisola then?
No, I hated Bisola because of his the pressure. So it's a man of God you respect, and somebody is speaking against every allegation.
A man of God you respect, and somebody is speaking against them. Someone speaking the truth. Finally, a man of God you respect. The last thing you want is someone to speak against them. That's understandable. I can completely understand that. But this is why you need self-awareness. Say, hey, do I even understand what I'm defending? Is it even about that? Is it only responsible to not feel the urge to respond with a bunch of fluffy response, right? Can I just can we take a chill pill and just address things? Let's talk to our public. People think public relations mean that you did it. No, it doesn't mean that. It just means you are being responsible. You understand that when the public is involved, you need to be accountable. You need to be a little bit more responsible than any type of emotional response. Oh, I was there. It didn't seem like it was such a man that all that is dumb. It's not relevant to what we're talking about. Of course, it was the nicest, charismatic. The point is that it doesn't seem like the kind of guy that is being painted. But when you have such a large organization, you say we're going to investigate and come back with a robust report. That's what you do. That's what you do. And you get to work, and you actually get to work, because just saying that and not coming back with that robust, that one's going to bite you in the butt at some point too, because I know somebody who did that and they haven't come back with a robust report yet. You need to actually come back with a robust report. Okay? But at least you can, mitigate things. And even according to them, TB Joshua never used to answer to this stuff, but somehow they think they are wiser than TB Joshua. The followers of TB Joshua think they are wiser than him now. They want to respond with a bunch of emotions. What do you mean emotions? By saying the Christian body is being attacked. That's an emotional response. That's an emotional response. And you trying to flood all of social media with a bunch of testimonials, that's not going to work. I mean, remember, you had a powerful media house already. So clearly that wasn't good enough, But let's see how it goes. Let's just listen to this guy. Listen to this guy.
Everything she said that I watched in that video was true, and it happened.
So
She said everything that Bisola said is true.
Harass any girl in church?
No, I can't say it's not true, because they were so close to the pastor and his wife.
They were so close to the pastor and his wife.
Very close.
These girls.
His wife does not stay with him in the same room. His wife stays in. He stays in a place called 5 Story. Any disciple there knows what I'm talking about. They call that place 5 Story. That's what they normally do.
Aside from the things that Bisola mentioned, are there things she might not remember to mention that you also can share?
No, there are so many things. If I tell you, I don't believe Bisola will be alive till today. Because our mindset as a member, then that one day Bisola will actually come back to confess, or we'll hear that she's dead.
That makes sense.
That rumor that she's dead one time, self. Yeah, I have not seen Bisola until today.
They still believe that she's gonna die. Like, everybody will die one day. Christians, wake up. Listen to me. You can't want to go to heaven and not want to die. That's wrong. That's an oxymoron. Okay? The prayer is that that's my prayer to all of us, that we will live long life for every single one of us in Jesus' name. But everybody will die. Literally, death is used to scare people in the Christian body. I understand, I get it. But it's obsession. This is why they get you. So he said they had the mindset that one day they would just come back and they would be in news. In fact, there was a rumor that Bisola died at some point. Why? Because they were expecting it. Because anybody who talk against the body of Christ will die. No, literally everybody will die.
I have not seen her. I don't know how she look, and she does not know how I look. But I just want to clear the fact is that so many things Bisola said are actually true. The only one I can't follow them to the bedroom.
You can't follow them to the bedroom.
Somebody, a pastor called Dave. They call him Junior Prophet, called Dave, and his wife called Angie from South Africa. They called them, and those people in my presence, they were accusing the pastor of the church of sleeping with Angela. Not Angela. Angel. The guy is from South Africa. He's married to Dave. Dave's brother now is the past. His younger brother now is a junior prophet there now called Chris. That's Dave's brother. It's called David or Dave. I don't know. He was in my presence. He was accusing TB Joshua. The wife opened up to the husband that he slept with TB Joshua. So
the wife opened up to the husband that she slept with. The wife opened up to the husband who was also part, because somebody said, how can all the family be there and you are saying it's a lie? Well, you have no idea what's happening in this real world. I'm not saying it happened there. I'm just saying stop defending what you don't know, right? Just say I don't know. All I know is that man was a blessing to you. You can say that. We can accept. I'm accepting all of it, right? Said the wife admitted to the husband, who was also part of the quote unquote disciples and people around, that she had slept with. And guess what they say whenever that happens?
The husband that he slept with TB Joshua. So anytime somebody make that accusation in presence of the church, they will tell you that person has mental problem.
That makes sense. Or they say it's the spirit of Ogbanji or marine spirit, especially if they're light skinned. Or they say the real devil if they're dark skinned. Oh my show. When you both did numbers on us.
So Dave's wife alleged that the prophet slept with her.
There was one Saturday morning. I saw Dave and the police officer drove into the church. The old disciple, I can mention their name, Morenike, one guy called Jacob that I shot. All of them went to
one guy called Jacob that is short. These were the disciples.
One guy called Jacob that I shot.
One guy that is short. Why you do that guy like that? Short man, not collect. Anyway,
all of them went to come outside to meet Dave. When they come outside to meet Dave, they were just begging him. Why are they begging him? I don't know why they are begging him. So when they were begging him, later I just discovered that So later I just noticed that the wife came down and asked this husband, nobody should touch her husband. That Dave, don't allow them to touch you.
Do you know one woman called
Dave? Don't allow them to touch you.
I tried to reach out to her, but I learned that they have gone to to cement crack with her. One woman that's like a nurse, very close to TB.
Yeah, I think I know. I called Mrs.
Igweodu.
Yes. I think she's still there. I think she's still there. I think I've cited her one time. I went there 5 years ago.
And that she once had issue and wanted to speak out, but they later reconciled with her.
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, go follow Objective Media and you can watch these videos there. But I want to share this with you to round up this session. There's a pastor here or a Reverend Father or something who put a post up. Reverend Father Kelvin Ugu said the greatest attacks on the church or the body of Christ in this present age are faking miracles to deceive, exaggerating testimonies and lies. Number 3, concocting prophecies in God's name. Number 4, prosperity gospel. Number 5, I don't agree with number 5 personally. Homosexuality is not an attack on Christian body, but I don't agree with that personally. But I'll leave it there. Number 6, sexual abuse of minors. Right. Okay. So 5 and 6 can easily be replaced with sexual immoralities. Right. Number 7, brainwashing, hypnotizing people, which is why people just, or they go into trance and stuff like that. That is not a sign that there's wonders, a miracle. That's just a human being doing what human beings do. Anybody can go into trance. Okay. If I play this keyboard well for you, you'll sleep. Okay. Number 8, financial extortion. Okay. That doesn't mean God cannot minister to people when they are doing that. I'm just saying that does not indicate that God is the one operating. It could be the devil, it could be principalities, it could be anything that could take anybody into a trance. It could be just the music, the ambience in the environment. That will do it. Okay. So this Reverend Father said it is our collective responsibilities as Christians to ensure that anyone involved in any of the above is called to order be it minister or lay faithful. You're not attacking the church when you call out ministers who are faking miracles, faking prophecies, extorting church members, running girls. Is that what that is? I don't know. And promoting homosexuality. This attack on the alphabet community. You are in fact sanitizing and saving the church from their attacks. Okay? Don't allow them to change the narrative. Don't allow them to succeed in making you feel you're the bad person or convince you that you are the one attacking the body of Christ. They are simply trying to hypnotize and manipulate you. There is a difference between attacking the body of Christ and attacking false ministers and false teachings. The latter is what every true Christian is called to do, regardless of how powerful the minister thinks he or she is. If you see lies, point them out. If you see truth, point it out. Don't sit on the fence. Truth is truth. Falsehood is falsehood. Period. Listen, that's all still religious talk. Allegations. The allegations need to be addressed. It's basically, that's this reverend that just said that. I'm going to leave it at that. Like I said, I'm not sure if we can finish the conversation ever, because there's going to be more ousting, more of exposés. You're going to see more of it. Okay, people are incentivized, yes, to do that, but they're not manufacturing. It's too costly to manufacture what was not there in the first place. Okay, but there is a fact that yes, people get incentivized to expose these people, and so obviously they're getting paid to do what they do. What Christians can do is do everything in their power to make sure that those atrocities are not there in the first place. Like, for example, anything that remotely sounds like somebody can take it to the next level and start harassing homosexual people and hate crime, we need to be responsible as Christians when we say those things too. That goes to this Reverend Father, because you don't mean any harm, but the next person is going to take it to the next level. I want you to be aware of things like that. Anyway, I'm going to leave that at that. Let me see. Marriage court leaders just choose which women they want in their midst. The older women age out and recruit young. Yeah, the young ones are cold, fresh blood. Of course, like everything else in life, even companies. Most Nigerians and Africans at large are brainwashed by religion and pastor worshiping. Shake my head. Timiladon, how are you doing? Timilade, how are you? Key pearls. Jacob's last name is Zacchaeus. If I hear he was collecting tithe. Oh, that's actually a person. It's a short guy, right? All right. So let's round it up with this. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. But I have a question for you. What is the difference between the allegations against TB Joshua and TD Jakes, and how did they reflect in the response you are seeing all across social media? What is the difference between the two allegations, and what do you notice about the way they are responding to it across the board? Now, TD Jakes went on his pulpit, and his response was that I'm not going to respond to no rumor. I'm paraphrasing, something like that. He's not going to respond to rumors or lies, something like that. Okay, so but it's kind of similar to what you're seeing a lot of the disciples of the TB Joshua and Squan and what they're doing, right? But what is the difference? Why is it that one can pass and the other one is not going to pass? I want to know what your thoughts are about that. You can leave that in the comments area later on when you're watching the replay. I would like to know your thoughts about that. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the last, but not the least, story of the day. Let's do this. I'll be right back. I'll be back in 20 seconds.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.